Hi everybody, welcome to UK Boxing Group. Let's talk boxing with me, Triple D. Well, it's that time of the week. It's time to make a prediction for the big fight Saturday night, Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington. And before I do that, I'm just going to go through a few ways of how I see it going because, like I said, there's a few scenarios I see. Few possibilities how the fight plays out. I can make a case for both fighters winning. It's one of them. I've been back and forth or thinking. Changed my mind a couple of times. It's really is. It's been an hard one to predict this one for me. I see the majority of fight fans, what I've seen online, and the favouring the majority are going with Lee Wood. Which I can understand. He's rich vein of form. He's on a great run. Brilliant story. And he is the champion. And as I said in my last video, he's massively improved. So I understand that. And I agree, he's the favourite. Rightfully so. He's the champion going into this fight. He's improved massively. He's a big puncher as well. So, I can't blame people for going and siding with Lee Wood for the victory. Josh Warren, on the other hand, I think people are maybe just slightly overlooking him a little bit, which I think plays into Josh's hand. I think he likes being the underdog. I think it gives him that bit extra motivation, as well as the opportunity to become a three-time world champion. So I think it's a close fight. I think it's a really good fight, interesting. I'm excited to see it. I can't wait to see it Saturday night. I think, like I said, I can make a case for both fighters winning. I am going to pick one, but I'm going to do that towards the end of the video. But I think Lee Wood, like I say, is massively improved. Excuse me. He's showing he can box now at a good level, at a world level. He's put Zhang Zhou on, Can Zhou out. It's hard to get the name right, but you know what I mean. He beat him to become the world champion first time round. He outclassed him. He stopped him in the 12th. That was impressive. Went on to fight Conlon again as the underdog. Down on the cards for me. He needed that knockout win. That knockout stoppage, in the 12th, and boy did he go out there and get it. Put in Michael Conlon through the ropes, brutal knockout. So he's very heavy-handed. He can punch, Lee Wood, as well as box. So he's got a few options there, Lee Wood. I think Saturday, I think he's going to approach it. I think he's going to try and box Josh Warrington. Maybe wait for Josh Warrington to make a mistake and capitalise and land that big shot, or possibly wait to get Josh down the stretch, the back end of the fight, the championship rounds, and look for the stoppage there, as he did against Conlon. Just chip away at Josh. But he's got a box clever. I think he's got a very good chance. And if you ask me I'd say if Wood's going to win, he's going to have to stop Josh. As for Warrington, has a fantastic career as well. He's, like I said, the motivation, being the underdog, I think it just gives him that extra motivation to become a three-time world champion. Extra motivation. But it's an hard job. He's got a job on his hands. I think in a lot of people's perception of Josh now, he's been in some tough fights, and I think there's a bit of wear and tear there starting to take its toll on Josh Warrington. And they could possibly right. I still think he's got a bit left to give. I think you look at the Lopez fight. I think at the time it was a loss, but he started slow in that fight to Josh Warrington, which is not it's not unusual with Josh. He's a fast starter, and Lopez again, he's a very good fighter. His stock's grown since that fight. He's gone on to absolutely annihilate Mick Conlon. He got a good win the other week. You know, and he's touted and for big things as a featherweight. You know, he's like I see a lot of people saying he's probably the best featherweight at the minute. So, you know, that fight now, looking back, it don't look as bad as it looked at the time. And again, it was a close fight where Josh started slow and then he picked up and he got himself back into that fight. And he could have easily won that. I think it was a close enough. If he'd have got it on the scorecards, I wouldn't have argued. But, you know, Baby Lopez just did enough to nick it. So, yeah, it is what it is. Again, common opponents, Lara, Lee Wood. Well, Josh went in there first with Lara, so we'll start with Josh fight with Lara. He went in there behind closed doors, which we are, for me, I think Josh likes the fans behind, feeds off the energy of the fans, of the crowd, and I think that played an impact. And a bigger impact is, at the time, Lara was an unknown quantity. No one knew about Lara, what he was about. So maybe it was a case of Josh overlooking him, underestimating him, not done his own work, and he paid for that. But he went for the immediate rematch. Now we all know what happened there. 2 rounds in, he got stopped, you know, head clash, and it got stopped. And so we don't know how that had played out second time round, with Josh knowing what he's in with. I see a lot of people say Josh is a dirty fighter. I just don't see it. I think it's styles. I think it's the way he fights. I don't think he intentionally goes in there to cause damage with his head. It's just one of them things. And as Ricky Hatton used to say, it's not a tickling contest in there, you know what I mean? It's a fight. So, I don't condone a dirty fight using his head, but I honestly don't believe that's his tactic. So, to say, I think, I believe Josh has still got a lot to give. Though I think he's had his best years, probably, yeah. And as for Lee Wood, you go to the Lara fight, you know, he was doing really well in the first fight, you know, but Lee Wood had the knowledge of knowing what Lara was about from the Warrington fight, you know, and so he had more of thingy about it, you know, and knowledge on Lara, and he was boxing really well up until he got caught, you know, and he got caught heavy, and he went down heavy, and I think at the time I seen there was a bit of controversy, should Ben Davis have threw the towel in or not. I think he did the right thing. I think Lee Wood was scrambled. I think he was done. If he'd have been allowed to continue, Lara would have caused more damage, and at the end of the day, he come again, he got the rematch, and he absolutely schooled Lara, put on a brilliant performance, boxed to perfect, you know. So, he was impressive, and, you know, become a 2-time world champion. And, yeah, it went on, you know, now he's like going on to the next now with Josh Warrington. Brilliant fight, you know, they've both been there. Lee's the champion at the minute, Lee Wood, you know, Josh looking to becoming 3-time champion. So, like I say, I see Lee Wood. I think in this fight, I think he's going to try and box, chip away at Josh, maybe let Josh work it, overwork, try and get him to work, you know, get him tired and take it into the later rounds and look for the stoppage, because I don't see Lee Wood winning on points. I don't see it. I just feel Josh, he can outwork him. He's got a good work rate for me. Maybe it's finished off a little bit over the last year or two. He's a good pressure fighter. He likes to walk it down, get in close, you know, get his shots off. And I think he has got a decent boxing pedigree. You know, he can box as well. You know, he can put good shots together, combinations. You know, there's a bit of can his engine still last out that 12? I'm confident it can. So with that said, you know, he's got to back Lee up, but Lee's also, you know, early. I think he's got to earn Josh's respect with the power. maybe that'll keep Josh off, make him a bit wary, but if he can't, I think Josh is going to smother him, work him on the inside, overwork him, and I can see, Josh, if it gets to the point, if it gets to the cards, I can see Josh winning on points, definitely so. And my prediction is, I'm going to go with the underdog. I'm going to go Josh Warrington. I think, I just think he'll outwork Lee Wood. I think Lee Wood's going to need that big punch towards the end, and I don't know if he'll have to get it. I don't know if Josh is chinny. I don't believe he is. I think Lara's a big puncher. So he lasted the distance with Lopez, who was another big puncher. And I think, like I say, I feel Josh Warrington can nick this on points. I think it'll be a close fight. I think it'll be a good fight. I think there'll be a lot of action. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, Josh Warrington for me, the underdog on points. The bookies have got Lee Wood as a good favourite. Josh is, I think, just over 2-1. So, it's it is good money to be made there. Excuse me, still got a bit of a bad chest. But I think whatever happens, both fighters, you've got to take your hat off to them both. They've had brilliant careers. They're both coming to the end. Lee Wood's now 35. He ain't got much longer left in the game. I'm so happy for the kids that he's getting these big fights. These, what he's worked his whole life for. He's finally getting his rewards, the paydays. So, full respect. And if he goes on and wins, I'll be more than happy. Like I say, for me, may the best man win. Whoever comes out of that fight, I'll be happy for him. I think they're both good lads. They come across sound, down-to-earth kids. And like I said, they're a credit to British boxing, they really are. It's both two-time world champions, meeting up, giving us fans what we want. And it's a fantastic matchup, and it's one I'm really excited about. I can't wait for Saturday. And that's about it, really. That's how I see it going. I'm sure a lot of you disagree, as I've seen with the Facebook group, UK Boxing Group. Majority of people are fancying Lee Wood, and like I said, I can't argue with that. I can't. I can see where you're coming from, and it's been really tough for me. I've been back and forth all week. Trying to think. Changing my mind here and there. But like I say, I see a possibility in a case for both fighters winning. I just think as fans, we're winners. We get to see a fantastic fight. Let's hope it is a fantastic fight. And I'm sure it will be. And that's just about it, really. I'll wrap it up there. Like I say, Saturday night, Josh Warrington, free time. I was going to say undisputed, bloody hell. 3-time featherweight world champion, and I see him winning on points. So let's get it on. Saturday night, Lee Wood, Josh Warrington. Cannot wait. One last thing, as always, please like and subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. For now, I'll try and get back after the fight Sunday. I'll make another video. I hope you're all enjoying this content, and yeah, one more time, like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. So thank you guys. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend, and most of all, enjoy Saturday night. Enjoy the fight.